Hello, I am Anshul Jhawar. In this video, we'll talk about all the basic properties of circles. Now, these are the properties that we'll be covering in this video. So, starting with the terminology, circle is set of all the points in a plane that are at a given distance from a given point. So, this is the given point called center, and all these points at a fixed distance from center together form a circle. A line, if it touches the circle at one point, then it is called as tangent. If it cuts the circle at 2 points, then it's a secant. Now this secant divides the circumference of the circle into two parts, major arc and minor arc. And this complete bigger part is called major segment and smaller one is called minor segment. If 2 points on circle are connected, then the segment is called as chord. Chord, when passes through the center, is called the diameter of circle, half of which is called the radius. Now cut a pie shape enclosed by two radii and an arc. Bigger part is called major sector and smaller one is called minor sector. Now let's see the properties one by one. Equal chords subtend equal angles at the center. These two chords are equal. This is given. Join the radii. The radii are also equal. So these triangles are congruent by SSS congruency. So these angles at the center are also equal. We can see one more property here. Equal chords are equidistant from center. The chords are equal, so the triangles are congruent, and as they are congruent, these altitudes will also be equal. Now altitude is what? Distance of these chords from the center. So equal chords are equidistant from center. Next, perpendicular from the center to a chord bisects the chord. Again, join the radii. This basic construction will be used again and again. In these triangles, the two radii sides are equal. One side is common and the line dropped is perpendicular. The triangles are right triangle. So by RHS congruency, we can say AM is equal to MB. And the chord is bisected at M. Next, angle subtended at the center is twice the angle subtended at the circle. So we have to prove angle AOB is twice angle ACB. Okay. So AOB is angle at center, ACB is angle at circle. Join CO. Now these angles in red are angles opposite to equal radii, so they are equal. And this external angle will be sum of these interior opposite angles, that is 2 alpha. Similarly, if these angles in green are beta, the exterior angle is 2 beta. So the angle at center is 2 times alpha plus beta, or we can say 2 times angle ACB. A little extension of this same property will be when I take AB as diameter. Now angle at center is 180 degrees. So the angle at circle is half of it, that would be 90 degrees. This brings us to a very important property. Angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. Now if I drop a median from C at the hypotenuse AB of the right triangle, it will meet AB at the center O. And these three segments OA, OC and OB, which are radii of the circle, will be equal. So this property holds true when the angle at center is 180 degrees and even when angle at center is greater than 180 degrees, like this. Next, angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. Very easy. See, if angle at the center is 2 theta, then angle at the circle will be half of it, that is theta. Likewise, the other angle on the circle will also be half of the angle at center. Any other angle subtended by the same chord BC will also be theta only. So, angles in same segment are equal. Next, sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 360 degrees. This we have seen that angle at center is twice the angle at circle. Also, angle AOB will be twice of angle ADB at the circle. Now, at the center, we can see one complete angle of 360 degrees. 2 alpha plus 2 beta is equal to 360 degrees. So, alpha plus beta will be 180 degrees. Now, here ACBD is a cyclic quadrilateral as all 4 vertices lie on the circle. Talking about cyclic quadrilaterals, if A, B, C, D are lengths of sides, the area of cyclic quadrilateral could be found using Brahmagupta's formula. Reminds of something, right? Yes, Heron's formula. It's a special case of Brahmagupta's formula only, where you put any one side as 0 and get the formula for area of triangle. Also, there is one more information, could be used in a direct question. If lengths of sides of a quadrilateral are fixed, then its area is greatest when it is cyclic. So, if you are asked to find the maximum area of a quadrilateral with given 4 sides, you can use this Brahmagupta's formula to find the area. Okay. As we studied earlier, for a triangle, if 2 sides are fixed, then maximum area was in case of a right triangle. Here, for a quadrilateral, if 4 sides are fixed, then maximum area is in case of a cyclic quadrilateral. Moving on to another property, if 2 chords AB and CD are intersecting at P, then PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. In these 2 triangles, green angles are vertically opposite angles and red ones are angles in same segment. So, they are equal. So, by AAA condition, by angle condition, similarity condition, triangle PAC is similar to triangle PDB, and therefore, the ratio PA upon PD is equal to PC upon PB. Transpose or cross multiply and you will get the result PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. When chords do not intersect inside the circle, they when extended meet outside the circle. Join AC and BD. If angle BDC is theta, as it's a cyclic quadrilateral, the opposite angle will be 180 minus theta and its supplementary angle will again be theta. Also in triangle PAC and PDB, angle P is common. So, 2 angles are equal. Again by AAA similarity condition between them, we can say PA upon PD is equal to PC upon PB. Take PD to right hand side and PB to left hand side to get the final result. PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. Next property involves tangent. We have to simply prove that tangent at any point is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Now, we can't say that it is clearly visible. We have to somehow prove it on paper, right? Now, back in my town when I was in school, I met this tuition teacher for a demo class. He answered like this. He used to answer like this. 35 साल का experience है, दिख रहा है 90 degree है. But we have to prove it, right? Here, A is another point on tangent and B is the point where OA cuts circle. OA is greater than OB as A is outside the circle, okay? And OB is equal to OT as they both are radii. So, I can write OA is greater than OT. Now, instead of A, we can take any other point. The same result will come. The result will be the same, okay? Like OA is greater than OT, take any other point, the result will be same. OT is going to be the shortest distance from center to the tangent. And shortest, what is shortest distance? Shortest distance is always perpendicular. So OT is perpendicular to L. Next, we have to prove tangent secant property. PA into PB is equal to PT square. Earlier we saw PA into PB was equal to PC into PD. Now here PA into PB is equal to PT square, where PAB is a secant and PT is a tangent. Join OP, OT, OA and OM. सब जोड़ दिया, क्या पता क्या काम आ जाए. OM is perpendicular that bisects the chord. Now PA is PM minus AM and PB is PM plus MB. MB and AM are equal, so PB can be written as PM plus AM. Take the product of PA and PB and apply the formula A plus B into A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. Now I have PM square, which if you look in this red triangle is OP square minus OM square. OP square minus OM square. And AM square from this yellow triangle is OA square minus OM square. OA square minus OM square. Open the brackets. OM will cancel. In place of OA, I can write OT as both are radii. And OP square minus OT square. Look in this blue triangle. OP square minus OT square is PT square. Pythagoras theorem zindabad. Hence proved. So a few properties of circles are remaining. We'll see them in the next video. Thank you.